Well, it is now the 11th of March 2022. This is us at Saidi. We've probably been developing the site now for maybe 6 months. So my purpose today really is just to walk you through the site, try and explain some bits and pieces and see where we go. So we're at the road, the main road that comes out from Tondwy, leading out to Saidi, and we're standing right now at the gate of Saidi. Let me see if I can see. Sorry. Okay, here's the gate of Saidi. We've decided to put on a little a board there. It's quite a big board actually. We'll put up a sign, and the road here that you can see ahead of me here is actually, the road divides the site really in two. This is the road that goes up to the cemetery, which is at the top of this road. But one of the things we're keen to do is to keep Saidi accessible to the local people. The whole idea is that it doesn't become an island of missionaries in the middle of a community, but it becomes a site that becomes accessible to the local community. And because it's accessible to the local community, it's really a centre for activity and specifically for the gospel. So this little road really divides the site in two, and on the right hand side here we've got a gate, a security gate that leads us into the main compound. And so this site here really is our main administration storage area, and you can see that we've had to put up some security wire around it. We have had some incidents in the past where some of the stuff that we've been storing has been stored, or been used has been stored. So this really is the area that we're going to use for administration, storage. And so what we have built here is, well, there you can see that's Goodson and Flora's house. That's the one you can see just there, and Goodson and Flora really have become so vital in the running of the place. Goodson's just a tremendous site manager. So this is the area that we've built with 3 containers, and on the right hand side of the containers we've built a concrete loading bay really, so when the literature comes in, as it does in increasing quantities now and in bulk, it's easy to back up the lorry, unload it, and then bring the literature up into these storage containers. So we've really made a kind of compound with 3 storage containers, and we've put a roof over it, and so each storage container has a different function. This one here is our literature storage facility. It's locked at the minute, we can't see in it. Then there's a kind of bay area that's been used for all sorts of things really. It's used for the workmen having their lunch at lunchtime, it's used for the children's meetings, it's used for Goodson had a gospel meeting with the workers just a couple of nights ago at the end of work. And then this particular container, the blue one, is the one that we're going to turn into an administration office. They're very much just in the early stages of fixing it up. This is our Southern Africa, our salt colour scheme. So it's divided into 2, a third and 2/3. This will become a kind of boardroom area here, and this area here will probably get 3 or 4 offices in for folks to do translation and administration. So as we come out the office, we'll move out into the compound. We're planning to try and level this compound just because it brings a lot of dust into the place. And then, and so just as we come around here, you'll see just where the workmen are working, little watchman's hut. These are the 5,000 litre water containers that we're going to put up as a water tower. This is just an area where we've been storing building materials, and as we go up to this end, this is really another couple of storage containers. These are really our storage containers for cement. We're nearly out of cement actually this morning, so we usually order it in 600 bags at a time, and this is, you can see that's all we've got left. This is usually full, but this is all we've got left this morning. And then the next container is where we store the maize. Goodson's actually been out this morning delivering bags of maize to some of the older people in the area, so we're down both in maize and in cement, so we'll need to get onto that. Just going round the back here, this is domestics really. This is Harold, this is Goodson and Flores. This is their facilities. I don't know if I could quite let you see in, but certainly the site is nothing in comparison with the smell. It really is quite a. This is their bathroom, and then oh, daisies, something's happened there. Just me. We'll turn it round again, and here's a few goats that are kept, a few chickens that are kept. This is for food for Goodson and Flora, and then a wee patch for, they literally grow stuff everywhere. And then in here is Flora's laundry really, and it's too dark to see anything there. So down between the bathroom and the containers, and then you get another view of the compound. We'll just go around the back of Flora's house here. Don't want to be intrusive, but this is Flora's kitchen. This is where all the food's prepared, and this is the kind of back area of the house where Flora and Goodson and Flora live. Don't want to be intrusive this morning with folks, so we'll just shut these containers before I go. So we still have a bit of ground within this area that we haven't used. The idea is to keep it and prepare it for maybe further administration and storage units, maybe a few more containers for literature. So the workmen have levelled the ground, as you can see there, just for more storage containers to be put on. So that's a little administration area, if you like. It's all been very encouraging actually, and you'll see the number of local people that we employ. It's become a great blessing to the local people, Saidi, where we're able to, rather than just bring people in from outside and do work, we employ local builders, local joiners, local labourers. So we'll leave this kind of secure compound, and we're going to move out to the other side of the road, and the other side of the road is really our functional area, or the area that will be the witnessing area. So as across the road, the first thing you'll see really is quite a sad sight. There you are. That's our Masasa that was so beautifully roofed with grass before it was used for our open day. We had local chiefs and lots of local people in to hear the gospel, and then it was struck by lightning and the roof burned down. So at the moment the weather's not good enough for to rebuild it, but very soon we'll be putting the grass roof back on, and that Masasa will become really the centre for the children's work. I think that's where Goodson wants to do most of his children's work. So that's just at the bottom corner here of this area. As you look around the area, you'll see, we'll move up this way. This is the kitchen. You can see, we'll just move up here for the kitchen. We've got maybe 20 local guys and ladies working on the site at the moment, and so we feed them at lunchtime. Flora and one of the other local ladies cooks a lunch for them every day. And this is their kitchen right here. So we'll just take a wee wander up and look at their kitchen. Let me have a wee see. Here we go. This would be a very typical kitchen for folks out here in the country. I don't quite know what's cooking, but something's cooking. Oops, I've done something wrong. Let's see if I can fix that, folks. Just to prove I'm still here, we'll just turn this round, and you can see the charcoal cookery. Oops. There you go. So it's very, very small, but that's where the cooking's done. And then the food that's cooked in here is brought out here. It's kind of served on this counter for the workmen. So this is the little kitchen area. There's some kids just carrying some water on their heads. There's kids everywhere, and kids really learn to work for survival right from their very youngest. So just outside the kitchen is where the joiners do their work, and they've got we've been digging some foundations. We're going to put up an area here just for the storage of building materials to keep it sort of more secure from the weather. So the boys literally dug out those foundations yesterday. Como. So we're now making our way up through the site. Here's one of the first things we did. These guys are weeding this ground. This is an area that they're going to grow stuff on. In the meantime, the men and ladies are weeding this ground, and we'll go over here to see the borehole and the water hole. Como. So over here we've got the borehole. We had to dig. This was the original borehole that we dug, and then we put up these solar. We've now got a solar pump that pumps the water out the borehole, and you can see in the wall here there's an access point. So when we arrived here this morning, there was a bunch of local ladies using it to get water and take it home. This has been a wonderful local facility for the local ladies, because otherwise they were walking long distances for water. So as you can see, we had to secure the compound so that nobody would steal our solar pump. So that's one of the first things that we did. As we move up the site, this is the area of the site that we're going to develop for the conference hall, the conference accommodation blocks. We've got some ideas for accommodation blocks with separate toilet and shower accommodation. And just over here, hey Goodson, say como. How are you today? How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
We're good.
Right.
I'm making something for my wife.
Okay.
To show her everything.
All right.
She wants to see everything.
That's
You know.
Sure.
So on this side, this is the grass that we've got collected for the. This will be for the roof.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
When will we do the roof?
It's somewhere.
Soon?
Yeah.
Soon?
Yes.
Let's do it soon. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the grass here ready to do the roof, but the weather's just not so great for it. So we'll walk up here, and there's a kind of dividing line on the site, which is these power lines. These power lines that you can maybe see. Let me see if I can get the power lines. These power lines kind of divide the site in two, and there's not a lot we can do within these within the region of these power lines. So they make a kind of natural break. So this area that we're in just now is probably going to be the conference centre. And then as we move over here, you can see that there's Stephen, where he's probably he's flying his drone at the moment. We're going to have this as a conference hall area, and where that guy's standing over there, you can see that's going to be an open access area for a gospel hall. So that will kind of conclude this bottom half of the site, if you like. And then as we move up here, we're moving into the area where the accommodation blocks will be. It's kind of barren at the moment. These fellas here are just bringing a crane in. They're putting a lamppost up. We're going to put a number of lights up about the place so that we can have extra security. The walls there, and then as you move up towards the top of the site, where that maze is at the top, we now own some of that ground. That's maize that Goodson's growing. This will be beyond into that maze is where we plan to have kind of recreation area, or maybe we've been talking about some workshops or some classrooms, or not sure whether we'll put them up there or we'll put them down between the borehole and the Masasa. These guys are currently putting up this this pole. So that's pretty much the site. There's only one other area of the site which I'm going to turn off and I'll take you over to now. Oh no, I should have said this little corner of the site with the trees on it here. We're hoping to make a kind of like a wee garden area with some a condy and maybe a small swimming pool for when we do camps and MGOs here. So this little area here, just tucked in the corner, is what we're going to do. Here's the fellas here just getting ready to put the lamppost up. So I'll finish off there and then I'll open up on the site later. The area that we're going to, Stephen and I call it the executive area, but it's not really the executive area. It's where there'll be accommodation for married couples and stuff. It's very overgrown at the moment, but I'll go over there and I'll show you in just 1 minute.